Hi everyone, I thought I would show you another element from this page, Magical Worlds by Johanna Basford. I'm looking for the sort of magical Halloween-y type elements, and I thought the crystal ball here might be a good one. I'm just going to show you this one that I've done already. I did this one I wanted to make the stars show up, so I did the stars look in a yellow with some... Oh, my paper's fallen out from behind. And I wanted to make the stars really pop out, so I did a dark indigo with a slightly underthrown blue and a slightly lighter blue, sky blue, to mix it all together in the middle. But I thought we would do a different one here with this one. I'm just going to put some paper behind the page. It just fell out. It's quite a new piece of paper and it rolled itself up. I have a roll of paper that I chop bits off to use. Now it's a bit, I'm wondering whether to stand it that way to colour it so it's straight. I'm not sure, but then the pumpkin, the tomato pumpkin. It's a funny angle. Right, let's have a little think. I'm thinking we could do something quite different with this one. Now the stand, I always think should maybe all be the same colour. Now I've got a crystal ball, no, my husband's got a crystal ball, and the stand is wood, so I thought we'd do a little wooden stand. I'm using Polychromos again. I'm going to grab a lightish colour. This is the raw umber, and I'm just going to do the stand all over with this to start with, just not too hard because I'm going to put some other colours on top. Now my other stand I did in sort of silver, so you can, you know, pick and choose, but I just thought this would be, I want to keep them different, so to each other, I mean. So now I'm going to grab the nougat, and I'm going to use this to put a little bit of shadow in a few places. So I'm thinking just above this black line here and at each end. And then the same here, bit there, and here just a bit at each end, like that. Then I'm going to take a significantly darker, this is the burnt umber, and I'm going to draw a few lines. We've got some lines here already, but I'm going to do some small lines like this. And for me, it gives a better impression of wood, as if there's a bit of graininess, wood grain, that sort of thing, like that. Hopefully it doesn't just look like I've scribbled, but you never know. Okay. Now for our crystal ball, I'm thinking let's put a few pastel-y magical colours in there. Now, we don't have many pastels in our Polychromos, but I'm going to find a few and apply them quite gently. So I'm going to start with the light magenta, which I think is probably the lightest of the pinks. And I'm going to do a few areas of light magenta. Oh, just got to get comfortable in my chair. So I'm going to use the same sort of effect as I used here. Can you see how I've done lots of different colours? So it's going to look the same as this. Well, exactly the same. So a bit here, and just keeping it light and really making sure that you go very pale along the edge of the area. It's the same here, so I'm going to start here and then maybe a bit darker here, but really light as I go out, so that it will mix into another colour. So that's the beginning. We use our lightest purple next, which is the violet. So yeah, if you're a bit annoyed that I didn't show you how to do this page, it's just like my galaxy sky really. I do have a tutorial for that. Just using slightly different colours because I use different pencils. So now sort of light. Again, I'm just keeping it really light. On this one I didn't, but on this one I am. I'm just doing it slightly differently. Like that. Then a blue, I tend to use the sky blue for the light blue. It works quite well with the purple and pink as well because it's quite a greyish blue. So I'll put a bit here, mix it up, and a bit here. I've got a bit of a gap in the middle, haven't we? What we can do with that? We're not going to do green, that's not going to work. I haven't got any more light blues. Or let's use this, a slightly different shade of pink. This is the Pink Madder Lake. It's another reasonably pale pink. Again, just used it really lightly. You see I've got it on its side, and I'm holding it quite low down the pencil, and that helps me get a much lighter amount. There we go. Now I'm going to get my white, and I'm going to run a layer of white over it. Now with this page, these are Chromaflow pencils, and I went over it with a blending pencil, with the Derwent, because the Derwent Chromaflow, with a, or did I use a Prisma? I don't know. I went over it with a blending pencil and then over it with a white pencil after. But I used a Prisma when I could have used a Chromaflow, because I'm sure the white's probably quite good. Now the reason for using this white is I want a really sort of muted colour, and I'm going to use it also right on the edge over this black line. Can you see how that's fading that line back just a little bit? And it gives it a more glassy look, because remembering this is a glass sphere effectively, but we're just making it look a little bit more magical by putting some fancy colour in it. Okay, now our stars, we can leave them white, we can make them silver, gold, glittery, whatever. Now I haven't done glitter on this page, and I don't want to. It's just not what I'm going for here. So what I think I'm going to do is something a little bit different. I'm going to do each of my stars in a really intense colour. So I'm going to use the mauve for a start for one of them, and then I'm going to do a very dark blue and a very dark pink, so that we get, rather than the stars standing out because they're light, they're going to stand out because they're dark. It's just a different idea that I've just had, just there. Now the blue, I think I'm going to go for the helioblue reddish. I don't want to do the indigo, it really is very blackish. I want something that you can still see it's blue, but it's intense, like that. The pink, yeah, I think I'll go for, I think this will be good enough, the middle purple pink. I think this will be dark enough. I don't want to go for like the magenta or anything, it's really very reddish. I want it to definitely look pink. There we are. Now I'm going to finish off with a white pen. I'm going to use a fine one if I can find it. I'm just grabbing a handful of pens, see what I've got here. 1085, there it is. Oh, just dropped one. Oh, there we go. So the Jelly Roll 5, it's, obviously I'm very organised. So I'm going to go over these little dots. It's actually going to erase them, because our background is quite light, the white can just disappear. I don't want black dots, so they're disappearing. But what I'm going to try and do here is go over the top of the black line that's surrounding our star, just make it white. And it will just slightly soften, I think, the star. Might not want to bother. You can see what how different they look to that one. I'm almost using this pen like an eraser, because my background's so light. You can't tell there's white there, but the black is now gone. There we go. I'm going to leave those black marks on the outside though, the sort of, I don't know what they are, those lines. It makes it look like it's moving, but I think it adds some, maybe the stars are moving, because I don't think the crystal ball itself is moving. But there we go, there is our crystal ball. So I hope that was a little fun one for you, and because I haven't done a tutorial for this, then it's the same. just blocks of different colour, trying to blend them in. They're not blended that brilliantly, but I find if you put lots of dots on, I'll show you it. If you put lots of dots on it and you look from a distance, it doesn't look like a load of spotty blotches. It looks a bit more blended, especially as I've used a blending pencil and some white on top. But it's still not as nice as I'd hoped, but you know, it is what it is. But anyway, that is me done. Better come back in so you can see what I did. It's so small. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and happy colouring.